All right, our next contestants from Acudeen Technologies, Yassine Derachi and Riza Cuartero. What can you say?
Hi everybody. Konnichiwa. I'm Miss Riza. So we are Acudeen. So you can think of us as if Lending Club is for P2P lending, we are for P2P invoice trading. So one of the biggest challenges and problems small and medium enterprises and entrepreneurs like Jenna face are cash flow constraints. Right now, Jenna has been consistently experiencing working capital deficits and taking a look into their financial accounts, we could see that there are a ton of invoices just waiting to be paid. So, much like Jenna, we as small business owners, whenever we issue an invoice to our clients, it usually takes 30 to 90 days, or even more to some extent, before we could actually liquidate our receivables. And because of that, Jenna here fails to fund their business operations and is unable to provide salaries for their employees. So what happens to Jenna's business? They would go bankrupt. And going to banks for loans is actually very ineffective because banks have actually stringent requirements there. So that's why we created Acudeen, the first online technology enabler that connects small and medium business owners who wishes to boost their cash flow to banks and financial institutions through the use of invoice discounting. So we have a secure proprietary subrogation and underwriting processes which ensures that the SMEs would be able to sell their receivables to the financing institutions and banks which are partnered and accredited with Acudeen. So Acudeen makes the sale of the receivables easy and simple enough and in just 5 steps. Right from the online application to the know your customer processes and right down to where Jenna receives her payment. So once Jenna receives her payment and just within 3 days, she could now invest in the people, in assets, and in additional projects. Our business model is quite simple. We take a 2% origination fee from the SMEs who will be selling the invoice, and we take a 1% collection fee from the buyers who will be using the Acudeen platform for the transactions. So our market size, we have actually a market size that's big. In the Philippines alone, we have a $2 billion credit cap, and 1.5 billion of that 2 billion is actually the untapped market for alternative financing. So now looking within the first year, we are targeting to fund the $15 million worth of this market segment. So unfortunately, despite the big market opportunity, there are really low awareness between the SMEs. In fact, 80% of our respondents who we offer the service to do not know what factoring or invoice discounting is. So yeah, that's why through the partnerships that we will establish with the SMEs and through education and our technology, we would be able to address the problem. So right now we're partnered with RCBC Capital and Paramount Insurance. So RCBC Capital offers a trust account wherein the buyers would be able to invest, to put their money in the trust account for security purposes. And we also aim to educate SMEs through our events and workshops. And right now we are integrating with ERPs so that we could easily connect to the multinational companies. So right now we are using SAP to connect to the accounting software of the multinational companies for faster and more secure transactions. So our competitive landscape dictates that most of our direct and indirect competitors are based in Singapore. We are actually the first outside of Singapore and inside of Southeast Asia to have a proven model and a proven So right now, so this is because of our competitive advantage lies in three things. First is that we don't securitize our invoices. So second is that we have a subrogation technology wherein we can transfer the rights of the receivables from the sellers to the buyers. And our funding team has a very hands-on approach in making this available to Southeast Asia.
And I'm sorry, your time is up. I'm going to have to stop you there. From Acudeen Technologies, Riza Cuartero. All right, judges, your time begins now for Q&A.
Could you explain about your team?
I'm sorry?
Explain about your team member.
Okay, our founding members are, this is Yasin, he's one of the co-founders. Our founding members are comprised of finance industry experts, bank technology experts, and data security industry experts. Yeah.
Could we have a look at that slide on progress?
Okay.
How far you guys have got?
So we have, in a matter of 6 months, we just launched last March 2000 this year, and we had a beta testing of $125,000 US
Okay.
worth of transactions.
So you said you have 100 invoices that have been processed through your platform so far.
No, since the beta test, there are 100 and more SMEs who are willing to go through the service, but they are still in the waiting list.
Okay. On one of your slides, you had some stats that said 52K worth of invoices processed, 100 invoices. Could you tell us more about that? I'm not sure exactly what state your platform is at. Have invoices been processed through your platform? What is the average discount on the invoices? What is your take from it been so far?
This is an average number of invoices transacted. So,
hi. So, as the business model is quite simple, we take 3% commission fees on the total transactions. So it's not it's B2B. We don't securitize the invoices. So we don't use like asset management funds to securitize the invoices.
I completely understand that. What I'm saying is that there's 100 invoices transacted with Acudeen. What is that figure?
Oh, we just made an assumption to just
right. Okay. Right.
So when you evaluate this credit worthiness or these receivables,
yeah,
how do you do it? And when you do it, what kind of factors you take into account when you price the receivable actually?
Sure. So we, as Riza mentioned before, we made a partnership with one of the biggest credit scorer company in the world, which is Dun & Bradstreet. So we are allowed to have a direct access to their database, and they give us like the survivability ratios, the liquidity ratios of the debtors and the payers of the SMEs. So we can assess their credit worthiness of any multinational like Suzuki or Ortigas in Philippines with the SMEs dealing with. So this is how it works. But we are also partnership ongoing with other credit scorers because we want to build in-house a credit scoring system, a more dynamic algorithm with the more variables to get accurate credit score.
So you mean you're building up the proprietary technology for credit worthiness checking? No, basically, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we try.
It's not in place right now.
Oh no, we just launched 2 months ago. We just released a beta test.
Okay.
So we still on the technology side.
And who sets the discount to the invoice? Is that done by the purchaser or the company offering the invoice, or by the ratings agency from the outside?
Oh yeah, so the the discount of the invoices, it's right after a bidding auction. So you have a bidding auction, the investors, institutional or individual investors, they bid on the face value of the invoice to get a discount. So usually it's a 5 to 10% discount.
So, I mean, I just want to make it clear. So the price is determined by bidding process. So the more people bid, the price will go up. And in terms of, you know, the
we have to set a minimum and a maximum price. We don't want to deal with the 20 or 25% discount. That will be unfair for the SMEs. Even if we do need that, there is a lot of cash-hungry businesses in the Philippines and all around the world in emerging countries who can't afford this kind of discount because they don't.
Okay, sorry, that's the time. I'm going to have to cut you off there. Thank you very much. From Acudeen Technologies, Yacine Daraji and Riza Quartero. Thank you very much.